Today on the bench we've got a PlayStation 5 Slim that refuses to power on. We'll start by checking the power supply to see if that's the issue, as in many cases like this. It turns out to be a faulty unit. I'll be using a multimeter to check whether we're getting 12 volts. If we are, then it's most likely a fault on the motherboard. The power supply checks out, so the issue lies elsewhere. I'm going to replace the BIOS chip. Before installing the new one, we'll need to program it with the original BIOS data to ensure the console boots correctly. This here is the BIOS chip. It stores the system firmware that allows the console to boot up properly. First, we'll remove the old BIOS chip, then we'll connect it to the CH341A USB programmer, making sure to align the small circle on the chip with pin 1 on the programmer. Next, plug the programmer into a USB port. You can use either a laptop or a desktop PC for this. Then open the software Neo Programmer, which is available as a free download online. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. At this point, click Read IC. This will read and display the data stored on the chip. Allow the read process to complete, then click Save to back up the file. You can name it however you prefer, but I recommend using the motherboard model number so you can easily reference it for similar repairs in the future. Now carefully remove the old IC and insert a new blank IC into the programmer. This is the chip we'll be programming with the BIOS data we just saved. You don't need to click Read IC here, I'm just showing you that it's a blank IC. What you want to do is click the folder icon to open the directory where your original file is saved. Select the file and click Open, then click Write IC and confirm by clicking Yes to start programming. Once it's finished, remove the IC from the programmer and carefully attach it back onto the PlayStation 5's motherboard. Ensure the chip is securely attached to the motherboard. Applying a small amount of flux helps the solder flow better and ensures a strong, reliable connection. Here you can see the motherboard model number. It's useful to note this for documentation or future repairs. With the new chip installed, we're ready to test the console and see if it powers on correctly. PlayStation can take a few seconds for the power to kick in. Great, we've saved another console from the landfill. As you can see, we have power. It's worth noting that it's not always the BIOS chip causing issues with these consoles. Sometimes it can be faulty capacitors or the Southbridge chip. Another fault to look out for in this type of repair is 3 short beeps followed by no power. This can indicate a similar underlying problem. Right, now we'll fully reassemble the PlayStation and power it up for a final test to make sure everything is working correctly. So we're getting a normal boot power and a signal, everything looks good. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. If you found this helpful or enjoyed the video, give us a like and don't forget to subscribe for more.